with me, you can ask me, interact with me. As Dr. Shumangala has introduced me as a distinguished chair professor of DL University, CBM Patil Medical College, most of my journey was with education and research together. I did my graduation, post-graduations, and PhD from University of Calcutta. Later I joined here in Alamein Medical College, Bijapur, and immediately after 1.5 years, I had been to UK, University College London, as a postdoctoral fellow to work under Professor John F.B. Morrison. Though I am a physiologist by profession, but my postdoctoral supervisor, he still alive. He is a surgeon. He's a neurologist by profession. I came back and then I started my teaching once again. Later, once again, I went for postdoc at Boston State University Health Sciences, US. In this journey, I took along with the teaching, as I'm not a clinician, I'm a basic medicine faculty member. I started my career with a research. And I have seen that medical students, there's a vast difference in India and other Western medical students. This comparison I first realizes when I was postdoctoral fellow at University College London. You know, UCL London is one of the top 10 medical school and university in the world. Number 1 is Harvard, then second is Cambridge, third is Oxford, fourth is Imperial, and the fifth is UCL London. And that is a difference. Sometimes fourth become fifth and fifth become fourth. So in my experience, in UCL London, as a student, postdoctoral student, where I have to do the research with Professor John Morrison and his team. He is a urologist. Now he is retired, but he is still emeritus professor at University of Leeds. I noticed, because UCL London has a long history of medical education, the book of physiology, lot of references will be found and you will be reading about Ernest Starling, by which name Starling law of heart and Starling law of capillary diffusions are there. So these are the very interesting part of it. So I have learned many things in that, because that institution has worked. Charles Darwin was a professor of medicine there for a part of his lifetime. Quite good number of Nobel Prize winner. Even A.V. Hill also used to teach, a Nobel laureate, also in medicine and physiology, also taught there. I have noticed one thing very clear in that a medical teaching there for the students in undergraduate, research is a completely, and it is a, I can say, a compulsory component of undergraduate medical teaching in UK. The difference of UK and US is UK medical course start exactly like you. They start with the MBBS. They call it MBCHB. You call it MBBS. That's only different by the name. And their course is 5 years. Yours is 4.5 years, 4 years. And plus internship, they have a 5 years plus residency. In the residency, they don't have an MD, MS curriculum like which India we have it. They have MBBS and followed by immediately residency. In the residency, they decide what is the subject. Same in UK, but in US. But US is having an undergraduate BS curriculum, Bachelor of Science, then followed by 4 years MD. So 4 years BS, 4 years MD. For US, MD is a degree which is for the undergraduate and postgraduate combination, it can be considered. Now, with this, I like to say that understood there is a difference. In India, still a few years back, research was not taken that serious in university or medical school background. But currently, it has taken an important, and hope it will be big shoots of that. But one thing is very clearly we understood that background and little understanding of research in medical sciences during the undergraduate curriculum enormously help to grow, develop, prosper in their subjects as well as the specialty and also overall understanding of the medicine. Plus, it also improve clinical acumen. Means being a doctor, you have to serve. So mainly it is dissemination of the knowledge is considered for the professional courses, anything including medical professions. Dissemination of the knowledge which are generated elsewhere, and doctors just disseminate the knowledge in the 4.5-year course or 4 years course or 5 years course all over the world. They just get it. But practically, generation of the knowledge is one of the important factor where Indian medical students are not connected. So that's the reason not a single Nobel Prize till so far has received or awarded to any Indian medical doctors. The reason is that the part and important component is missing. So let us start with slides. This is a campus, University of Cambridge campus. This is Cam River. May I know that who is doing these things? Who is doing the, hello? Hello, may I know that who is actually doing these things on my slide? Anyone? Can anyone, can IT?
Sir, I'm just placing it, sir. I will let you know, sir, later on, sir. I'm just disabling that option, sir.
Sir, sir, hello. Huh. Annotation type. Okay.
Sir, now you continue, sir. Continue, sir.
Sir, you can continue.
I can continue. Yeah. Just, yeah. But it is destroyed by this one. Re-upload, can you re-upload?
ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Stop now, that one, annotation.
Select में होगी मैडम. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, is it okay now?
Is it okay,
Yes,
sir?
sir.
But ask them, ask madam,
Yes,
ask
sir.
madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yes. Yeah, I request my students just to allow me to complete. Okay. Am I continue or not? You can decide that you can do it later. Right? Because I have come across with a long journey. And we are just yet to enter where you will end up that your hard work will tell. Till you need hard working. Okay. And I wish all of you be a great physicians, surgeons, and also a scholar in your own. Beside that, you require to be a good human being first. Otherwise, there is no meaning of just a robot to produce. DLD University, we make our students to a big human being, broad human being, and a great physician and professional as such. What I like to tell that this is the University of Cambridge. And this is a campus. And this river is named as Cam. Lot of bridges, you see one bridge here. Lot of bridges there in this Cam river. And almost entire the university is surrounded by Cam river and bridges from one part to other part. This is a campus. This is long distance showing the Clare College. And they are all Cambridge students. In a sunny morning in Sunday, you just see they are boating. They call it punting in Cambridge. That's an enjoy of the life. So university students, medical school students, Cambridge has a 32 schools, but colleges, of its clinical school of Cambridge is one of the finest in the world. So students' life is also connected with an enjoyment while they're studying. And see the campus. So before going to the Cambridge, why I pointed out Cambridge, because this is a university, they have given 92 Nobel Prize winners. So you can imagine whole Asia and Europe collectively together. If you make the summated, it cannot be equated with the Cambridge. A single university has produced so many Nobel laureates. So to make you to see the world in a different ways and enjoy the life as a medical student in ahead of you, I just wish all the best to you. If we knew what we are doing, it would not be called research. Would it? No, definitely not. So research is a process by which, research is a process, it is a system, it is a mechanism by which we do and search the knowledge, create the knowledge, always from the good to better to best. I like to inform you some of the excellent story of some of the medical students. They are all undergraduate medical students. One is J. MacLean, a medical student working in Johns Hopkins, discovered heparin. So imagine that you are in the same group and same age groups and all, where your counterpart colleague once upon a time discovered heparin, which is anticoagulating agents. Lorenzo Bellini, only 19 years, when as a medical student, discovered kidney tubules, tubules of kidney. It is in 1662. Charles Herbert Best, you'll be knowing several times, because when you'll be studying, your teachers will teach you about diabetes and a specific hormone named insulin. Discoverer of the insulin, Benting, Frederick Benting, Charles Best, and John MacLeod. Best was the medical student, and he is the principal architect of discovery of the structure of insulin. He missed the Nobel Prize because he was a student. His teachers, Benting and MacLeod, got the Nobel Prize. But the most, and Charles Best, basically, he shared half of his prize money with Best. So Frederick Benting shared half of his prize money to Charles Best, because Best's name is mentioned as a discoverer of the insulin, but he was not given Nobel Prize in medicine because it must be a graduate in medicine. Another story, please unmute, please mute. Yeah. Another story is Paul Langerhans. 1869 discovered the islets of Langerhans, which bear his name. Islets of Langerhans is the insulin secretory cells, that is alpha beta cells. So, and C-peptide. So these cells, beta cells produces insulin, and alpha cell produces glucagon, the two important. And actual discoverer, the Paul Langerhans, who was a medical student at the time. A Danish anatomist, Niels Stensen, was a medical student when he discovered in 1961 the parotid duct in sheep. So this is the parotid duct. So whole salivary system understanding changes the shape once a medical student of your age group just discovered the parotid duct. And last of all, one of my mentors, Shoshana Lehman, a neuroscientist, discovered substance P and neurotensin, two hormone. You are already known the name of hormone in your 10+2. You know it very well. The two hormone, they are derived from brain. These two hormones derived from brain named neurotensin, is the substance P and neurotensin. These also work on the intestine, also work in other Smith stem where smooth muscle work. You will be taught in detail. So she is the discoverer of the two. And again, the same like Charles Bass, she missed the Nobel Prize because she was a medical student in MD, USA. Because in US, medical degree is an MD. There is no MBBS. So as she was not completed her graduation in medicine, so she missed the Nobel Prize, but her guide, Wolf von Wieler, got the Nobel Prize for discovery of substance P neurotensin. But again, in the Nobel Committee, referred her name, that contribution a lot. So she is there. This is Professor Shoshana Lehman. Just now I talked in Calcutta in one meeting. She came here and she visited my house also. So Professor Shoshana Lehman. The point which comes that why medical undergraduate student need research. Research is a searching repeatedly, one after one. So gain the knowledge, improve the quality of knowledge, generate a new knowledge. So it comes a continuous process. And if you see the life of a doctor, which you are all going to be a very soon, their doctors' life are lifelong learners. This is one profession where every day, every moment you have to learn. You will learn from the first, you'll be learning from your patients. They're the greatest teachers to a doctor is the patients, his or her patients. So first thing you have to be curiosity to know about each and every disease, disorders, or malfunctions of body. So you need to be curious first. And curiosity will bring you to the knowledge door very prominently. And second, after the patience, you will be learned from your surroundings, environment, then literature, books, and routine phenomena, of which one phenomena every Western and advanced country add in a life of a doctor, that is research. It is mandatory for all over the world, except some of the South Asian countries, for doing research with a one small project in undergraduations. In UK, as I was telling, that UK undergraduate curriculum is a 5 years. And same like you, they join after 10+2. So around 17, 18 years, they are the medical student there for MBCHB. In their 5 years curriculum, after third year, they have to select one research project compulsorily and under a supervisor and submit it before final year, 5th year MBCHB final MBA examinations. So they started from after third year, means 4th and 5th, they have to do it. Until the research project and dissertation is submitted, the candidate is not allowed for appearing exam. But India, it is not there. Anyone can do it. Still, so far, it is not implemented. This is a mandatory for all European countries, plus the countries of Japan, Korea, the most advanced countries. It is common. Singapore is very common. It is mandatory. And also European countries, including South American countries also, except South Asian countries, it is mandatory for everywhere. Research is an opportunity to do something novel. Definitely. It's an opportunity for anybody, not only medical student or. If medical students are exposed to research, they will become more effective patient-centric physician once they are graduated. There's a chance of self-improvement, quality improvement, and more cautious about their work and their you can say the clinical acumen. Also, you can say the applied aspects as a physician will be more perfect. Research provides mentorship. Yes, once in the medical school, you have several disciplines you'll be studying, like a physiology, anatomy, biochemistry in the first page, along with your community medicine. So in this way, every year, first, second, third, fourth, you'll be going with a different subject after clearing the subject one by one. In this process, several peoples will come, professors, faculty will come you as mentor, as such. But there is no specific mentor for research at the moment until you choose for it a project. Now, Government of India encourages, National Medical Council encourages to take up a research project by undergraduate medical student. Previously, Medical Council of India last 4 or 5 years improved this understanding of medical research by medical student, maybe a basic level, start and learn the process to go for the higher level they are being taught. Research can give you an advantage in your classes. Yes, you will understand very well that how research works. Once you apply for USMLE, in USMLE, when you entered, clear part 1, part 2, part 3, then go to US for final examinations. And then the most important and distinct part to select an USMLE to get a success is your background of any research publication, any original work with a mentor of your medical college. Had you done it or not during your MBBS curriculum in India is counted very seriously for USMLE. To take it from me, the whole process to select the candidate from clearing the third steps and going to the observership at US, because I have taught in US universities, so I know very well, it is without research background, success of USMLE is zero. Take it from me very clearly. In these 4.5 years to 5 years, without research background, getting a success to crack USMLE and enter into observership under choice of your subject for residency is zero. So that's the reason it has a seriousness which currently Government of India is understanding, but it is already we lost a vast period of time. And I mentioned not a single Indian got Nobel Prize in medicine in the history of medical sciences. The reason is nothing but lack of research culture among the medical students. This is the only discipline Indian did not get Nobel Prize. So that's the reason a country cannot prosper with a good doctors as well as good researcher in medical doctors. And medical research must be done by doctors. Most of the preference will be given to the doctors if they take out the research in a serious way. Then understanding and the contribution will be enormous. Only research can take you to aspire Nobel Prize, which I said. Finally, as a researcher, you'll be forced to read and understand primary literature. Yes, this is one thing. You read the book, you read the textbook, you read the notebook, you read the short books and all. You discuss all the things with the teacher. But one thing, avid reading requires expansion of your knowledge. From where?
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ಬರ್ತ ಹಚ್ಚಿಟ್ರಿ ಎಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಿ ಹಚ್ಚಿರ್ತಿ ಬರ್ಬರ್ತ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗೋದಿ.
Can I request you to mute it? So, and what exactly I would like to say that you will be a great reader if you are a researcher and learn these techniques. Learn these techniques during your tender age, that is during your medical college. So it is better to have it. So let us see this learning through research. What are the benefit of undergraduate research? A simple question you may ask me. Why should I do some medical research in my 4 years journey as a medical student? plus internship, let us consider, whatever. It empowers students to hands-on learning. You might be hearing, and what we'll be having, that you may see across multiple instrument equipments, but you will be taking support of the technical support from other peoples. Even if you want to establish a laboratory or establish a nursing centers of your own, you require the almost all setup by which many instrument actually you have not handled yourself. There is no hands-on training to how to operate an X-ray machine to a medical doctors. Hardly they know about in details. Similarly, they did it, not done that depth about many of the technical aspects of measurement, estimation, analysis, interpretation, but many of the equipments which we handle regularly by all medical students, except those who go for the specific branch of postgraduate discipline, like radiology, surgery, orthopedic, etc. Research will make you one thing. If your choice is, suppose, an obstetrics and gynecological issues, or choice is in the small, tender children for pediatric medicine, if you choose a research topic under a mentorship of pediatric professor or faculty member and carry out the research on the clinical aspects, you are hands-on learning you'll be getting before you actually become pediatrician or even you become anything else, but the understanding of details of the particular core of your interest and passion in your undergraduate level. So this is the benefit. Enhance student learning experience through mentoring relationship with faculty. Yes, here, as I already mentioned, the multiple faculties are there. So other faculties are your mentors in their own discipline. But specific research discipline mentorship is just like a different relationship. Mentorship, a mentor and mentee, these relationship actually spiritual. It is actually the gift of God if it's sustained and if it continue long lasting. My relationship, my understanding with Professor John Morrison and Susan E. Lehman, still it is alive. I have regular contact. Every month we had a telephonic talk to inquire about their health because they're very old now. And one is in the Boston, other is in Leeds in West Yorkshire. But I regularly, this is the relationship we developed during my mentee as a role of myself as a mentee and mentorship of to great giant of medical sciences. It sustains and it helps and support because how it support in multiple ways. So many recognition, many of the network connectivity, many support from my institution, myself personally, my organizations, and even my family. It comes because of mentor-mentee relationship developed during my training as a medical researcher in some Indian and international mentorship. So why not? Why not you try to develop a mentorship-mentee relationship with a medical college faculty member? We have one of the best research university in India under the best medical faculty who are MD, PhD. Many of the faculty members are super specialists with a research background. Many of the postgraduate doctors and professors are extremely well researcher. We have a very high quality research production from our university medical college teachers. Their contribution is enormous. Why can't you think of your original work to see something, do something for the society, do something for the people, solve some of the puzzle of the disease and disorders and issues connected to the health for the society, for the your doctors belong to the universe all over the world. You might have seen, some of you might be experienced, if you land up in the London Heathrow Airport, any of the terminals, and introduce yourself that you are a doctor by profession from wherever you land up, the process of your immigration will be different than other people. You will find it once you land in a place of unknown. Introduce yourself that you are a doctor. So such a noble profession required always improvement of its quality. And research is one of the quality way by which you can improve your quality. Critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, self-confidence, and intellectual independence, which I have said you very clearly. You must try to think what you think of it. You do not think of other ways, other people's thinking. You can share the other people thinking in your own way and start to think laterally. Start to think that how you think best. All of you are adult and all of you deserve to have higher level of thinking, and this thinking should come out with an outcome. Research is an outcome of your original thinking. Why can't you promote that? Why can't you promote in the higher education, whether your post-graduations or specialty or super specialty or doctoral curriculum, you require an original thinking. India has a lot of people who are original thinkers. A country with our ancient wisdom, culture, from Charaka to Susruta, the Maharishi Charaka and Maharishi Susruta, they taught medicine long back. We discovered zero. We have an understanding of the planetary orbits. So such a knowledge and thinkers we have thousands and thousands years back, and now under all of you are so updated of knowledge with the various sources. Why can't you do in your profession also being an original thinker? So I wish that you must think. Research is one. It not only it benefit the student, but also it benefit the faculty, because if you support your faculty to do a research interest, come to a research and do, then it will help definitely your faculty to think of a different way. They'll be more benefited by your presence, because you are all young mind. Not like me, a person with a flag end of his career. You are all young mind. Your brain, the neurotransmitter, the synapses work faster. Electrical charges of impulse of intellectuality, original thinking are faster than me. So why you should join? Because if you come to the research as a part of your career and academic curriculum, although remember, it is not compulsory for India, but all the top medical school, if you aspire to go, because I have worked in Cambridge, I worked in University of Leeds, I worked in Boston, I am now in Tulane University, New Orleans. I have seen the world. And in this, the medical school, I have seen very clearly the difference between us and them is that our lack of research culture in undergraduate medical teaching because of over reading, over exam orientation, over of the other activities. So we lack that one. Even when you see the patients, we must think a critical angle of a patient, and the vision and the mission of critical angle thinking will change if you train for at least 4 to 5 months under a mentor and a research mentor for a specific target topic connected to the human health. Your entire understanding will change because your brain is a very, very perfect for keeping the store, the knowledge and explain by your own way, which we lack it because as age goes, then it goes. Only we have an experience. You have the brain, we have the experience. Mentor-mentee for undergraduate research actually the just a junction, just a, we can say that a connectivity between the brain and experience together. And that's the productivity. India needs that to progress itself for a higher levels. And I think you will be benefited, definitely. In the research process, typically, you have to go for this. I will not discuss here anything, but one thing I like to tell you, while you'll be doing a research for 3 months project or 4 months project under a professor of the medical school, if you select one topic, you will prepare a topic which you like to do some research. I can tell you, as our laboratory of Department of Physiology, we have established 2 unique laboratories. One, we have Laboratory of Vascular Physiology and Medicine, in which I'm in charge. And this laboratory is a recognized center for UNESCO life sciences, and where we get the students from abroad for training. They come from Europe to train in our laboratory in physiology. So this is number one. Number two, we have a center for yoga and exercise research. So these two centers promote the research culture in the university, and we have these faculty experts and many other faculty members for different departments. We have a center for excellence in this dermatology. We have the Center for Advanced Medical Education and Research in the BLD University, where we all coordinate in a fashion. Almost all the faculty members are the part of it. And we encourage the student in a different way. We encourage student not only the routine reading, studying, appearing examination, and pass, but also add original thinking, vision, original mission, lateral thinking, think in another way, have a debate with your teacher, mentor, develop a mentor-mentee relationship, a very spiritual format, and progress. Your progress is our institutional progress. Your progress is the progress of your family members, and overall, your progress and growth will be counted very seriously for the promotion and the growth of academic and research in our country. India in this century required young generation like you who have chosen the noblest profession in the art and must execute the same for the benefit of the country. And this one part, the research will give you the publication. Your name will be there in the top journal. Your name will be there in the internet. If you search, anybody will get your papers, research papers. You are a part of it along with your mentor and mentor as a mentee. And you have learned the techniques, methods. You have learned how to search the literature, like read the books in a different way, how it is different from the textbook reading and reading a research literature, how it will difference. Why can't you do it? And you are not doing an extra because this is compulsory for all developed countries. So why not you should do it? So you have to write a research project along with the mentor. I have not going to discuss at moment two details because you are too young and too new to system. Now you understand very well. You have to think originally. We have understood original, and you have to implement a knowledge to be refined, or you can generate the knowledge if you wish along with your support of your mentor who is a professor of this university in the medical college. So you have to prepare your thinking. So you have to choose a research topic which you like in general. So you can do it. It is not compulsory, but if you think something after staying 1 year or during this period, you understand some of the topics, some of the things, because you'll be directly exposed to the clinics. So you'll be seeing the suffering, seeing the needs which need to be explored. You have the original brain explored. So you have to find out a topic. So it goes in that way, then narrow it down and your niche, then identify a research problem that I mentioned just now, and clear research questions you have to develop. What exactly I supposed to do? How it can be benefited? How it can be done short? How it should not be affecting my regular teaching and learning, regular learning curriculum and regular academic curriculum. So you have to think of it, and then you have to write the proposal and do it. So that's almost, I am coming to the conclusion now. So Government of India supports research to undergraduate medical students. This is called short-term studentship. So this ICMR short-term studentship, so this is for MBBS and BDS students. The student must carry out a research in his or her own medical college or dental college, and full-time faculty member, a regular professor or faculty of a medical college or dental college, he is eligible to play as a role of a mentor for any of the student who is willing to apply for ICMR. This is only undergraduate like you for application. You can take up this thing. And only one student will be allocated to one guide. And normally they give 10,000 rupees per month stipend for 2 months. This is only for 2 months project, very small project. One research questions that when you were learning in the process in the medical MBBS curriculum, you thought of one point that why not we discuss? So why not we explore some more points? Why not we collect some more data or more information about that with the patient survey or doing the laboratory survey? But preferably ICMR short term is always the survey base is always good for this because time is very short, only two months, the fellowship. But one thing, this short-term fellowship to ICMR, if any one of you receive, our university, every year we receive nearly 10 students out of 150. Every year they get it because we have such a strong mentors that we receive so much. Now, in your lifetime, this ICMR short-term fellowship will help you in the two places. One, USMLE, second is the PLAB. Both the country, UK and US, your research is addition of your total results, beside your total results counts and your performance. You have a very high quality publication from your ICMR project in any of the top medical journals, or your project has been sanctioned by ICMR or any university. This will be counted for your entry for observership in USMLE and PLAB2. You will be getting benefited. You will be different because the same score, same result. Immediately another person will be out of the field for going for post-graduation, going for the USMLE residency or for PLAB for Royal College fellowships. It is the research project which you have received from Government of India or government of state government or government authority or university of recognized university of the world. It counts heavily. You will understand that time why you require this one, how much beneficial it is. So BLD University, for that I have already discussed. It wishes to support and promote high quality student faculty collaborative research and scholarships. And for that reason, what BLD University has instituted, it has instituted annual research day where students participate, undergraduate students, present their research findings, observations, or anything they feel about any subject, topic, or any particular things. They can write, they can present in front of the peer academics, scientists, doctors, and all. We give this chance and we give them reward by cash and medal. Lot of medals we instituted for students' purpose to encourage them to go for research. UG Medical Conference we also conduct, and where the national conference is connected with one UG conferences. So one day we conduct for UG conference. So 3 days program or 4 days program, one day is a UG undergraduate medical student we devotes. We fund the research, yes. We encourage the student to apply for ICMR fellowships. Whoever got it, nationally selected, they're fine. Those who do not get selection, after submission of the proposal of a research with a mentor, we encourage them to give from the university fund. So we allot the research fund to the students, select them who have applied, and they can get the fund, and their fund projected by BLD deemed to be university. And for your information, as it is a recognized university in the world, this recognition that you have got a project under BLD University for research will also be counted at USMLE during observership and PLAB. So this is the positive aspect, you may know it, which is required in addition to your academic burden. Though it is not a burden for other world, but India it is still burden. So encouraging research authorship of research articles, you'll be author, which I said, encouraging inter-college research presentation. We also send the students for other international college. We also encourage them to go to abroad, present the paper in the Western or Eastern top level countries, and join the research presentation of their own invention. For that reason, I will tell that you can contact the Dean, Research and Development Office of BLD University. They will guide you once you come here. And I think this is the last one I'm going to say. This is the University of Cambridge, the famous, world famous Trinity College. This is the house of Newton. Newton used to stay in this house. Backside, road is on the outside. This is called Great Corridor of the Trinity College because Isaac Newton taught here. Here you can read it and you can find out atoms discovery, neutron, proton, electron. All the discoverer were the teacher and student in these institutions. You will be finding that Watson and Crick, the DNA double helix discoverer, also worked. Here you have found the work of Raja Srinivasan Ramanujan, the famous mathematician on which The book is that The Man Who Knew Infinity. He was being learned here under Professor Garfield Hardy. So this is the place, you can see the Charles Darwin, he studied. This is the place where Niels Bohr has studied. So renowned physiologist, Nobel laureate, Alan Hodgkin and Andrew Huxley also worked in this place. This is a 50-meter corridor. In this 50-meter corridor, electron, proton, neutron, atomic theory, law of motion, and DNA double helix discovered. Can you make our university, our institution exactly like that way? We need you. We need you badly to see that tomorrow's Trinity College, which produces 32 Nobel laureate out of 92 Nobel laureate of Cambridge University. So this is the story where also you can find out here Stephen Hawking also taught. So can you make our institution as glorious as Trinity? Only you can do it. We could not succeed, but we can imbibe the passion, understanding by which it will just blend. So with this, I wish you all the best and thank you very much. This is the campus of University of Cambridge, where St. John's College exactly opposite it looked like that. One Sunday, sunny morning, I took the snaps. I remember all the people whom I taught in my life. So many doctoral student, postdoctoral student, MD student I have guided, and I dedicate this lecture to all the student community beside all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
If you have any question, you can ask me. If anyone have any questions. Anything
So
want
will you be teaching undergraduate students?
I think the departmental chairman can tell it better, but usually I too much of busy with my doctoral programs and international many programs and other works. But I will definitely come to you several aspects when chairman of the department, Dr. Shubhangala, thinks that I need. I will definitely come back. I will interact with you. Don't worry for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello,
Sir, I wanted to know about the Mental Students Association. My seniors have told me that it helps gain exposure and like it's an all India thing. So can you just elaborate on that if you have any idea about it?
I have told it, but anyway, I will explain. You are absolutely right. Your senior has perfectly guided you. Yes, I told that mentor-mentee relationship is a spiritual. It is God-gifted. It is a heavenly relationship where you will not get that type when we teach in general all the students. We are professional. We teach you from the bed to bed, from the bench to bedside, but we cannot develop that understanding of an original thinking and share the knowledge together. And mentor-mentee relationship is actually nothing but a same problem issue with student thinks and the supervisor and mentor just support, and then both of them they think to refine, polish, and given a shape, and that relationship actually sustain forever. And BLD University, School of Medicine, our medical college, is one of the finest place I can say, because I have told you in my background, my own, I'm from Calcutta. I studied Calcutta, I studied London, I studied US. And I am telling you that very clearly, this is one of the finest medical college for as per the research concerned and medical, what is called mentorship connection. We get every year nearly 10 STP project of ICMR. And we get around 25 to 30 project among the 150 students. And we give almost all the students projects we sanction. Yes, if they are told correctly, your seniors, I appreciate and thankful to your seniors to guide you so perfectly.
Thank you, sir. We're all glad to be a part of the BLD family and we're really proud already.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Anybody? Another one question I will take. Anyone? Anything?
Like we are undergraduate students, so we don't have that much knowledge. if we want to research on any diploma course related subject, like there is multiple connective tissue disorder thing. So what should be the first step we should be taking on that to gain more knowledge?
My dear student, I just like to tell you that as an undergraduate medical student, concentrate on your subject more. Research will be supporting you, but don't start to take another course. Do you understand? I said,
Yes.
research as a PhD, the highest research degree is the PhD in the world. And our university is a center of a PhD. And many of your teachers will be teaching, they did PhD under my guidance. So you will understand very clearly that how PhD is different than others, and that is a research completely. Now at the moment, you require a training of research and understanding of a research at the basic levels, and to we will promote actually to have you to become a original thinker, a lateral thinker, a understanding in a different way. We want the people who are different. And I personally love the people who are different from others. So this actually promotes the culture. So concentrate on that rather than another course you join to get the research. We'll teach you everything. Our mentors, they routinely teach you what you want. If you want to do the research here at your career, when you love and really understand that it should be done, join, select your mentor, discuss with him. We are all will support you. But I am not going to support you at the moment to join in a research diploma course or that. No, you don't need any. You require to join in a research understanding. After your MD, you join for PhD.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can I leave now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So anybody, Anand, can I leave now?
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. Can I leave? Huh? Thank you very much. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you, Anand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
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 And another thing I want to request you, don't be naughty. Don't be naughty in your class when your teacher offline will teach you. Understand? Because teacher,
Yes, sir.
you need knowledge from your teacher, and teacher needs support from you. Right?
Yes, sir.
So please very politely and behave like a doctor. You are tomorrow's doctor, tomorrow's citizen of India, a proud citizen of your India and your proud children of your parents. So be patient, allow teachers to teach, right? So please be patient and allow and help the teacher to they share their knowledge with you in a very nice way. Okay, all the best. Have a nice time. Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.